Hi, I'm Annelotte Coster and I'm a musician and composer.
So, looking ahead, what are your plans for the future?
My plans.
Yes.
So, my first plan is that I finally want to make like my own EP or album.
Woohoo!
Yes, because that's also where I came from. But there's always another project. So I need to save time for it and put it like, okay, Friday morning I will, because otherwise in like 50 years, I think I still don't have it. So now I'm telling you on camera, so that's a good
Push.
yes.
Yeah.
I would really like to do like a feature film where I could maybe combine the score with also some songs. That's a big dream of mine, because I'm coming from a pop background, and most of the time the songs are performed by somebody else and they're cleared and directors know, okay, this is what the song I want. But when I was working with Timo at the Film Academy, for example, Timo Ottevanger, we actually experimented with writing songs, especially for the movie, Run Baby Run. And that was really fun, because then we could think, okay, this is a song and now the lyrics, at the beginning of the movie, the lyrics won't make any sense, but maybe at the end they will. And then I actually used a bit of the sounds to put here and there. So that's my big dream, to find this film where I can do that. Like also think about the lyrics and then put elements of the song. For example, if I would use this synthesizer in the film, then I would also use this synthesizer with the same sound for the underscore, and it will all be one. But that's a dream.
The fucking keys.
Mais j'ai rien. Attends. Ça? Ça quoi?
Honey, I died for you now. It's the end. I smile silhouette, and there's still ocean to feel.
So, going back to your EP, what inspirations we'll see? What's going on in that creative part over there? What is bubbling inside of you?
It's I want to, because when I was studying at the pop department, I wrote a lot of songs, and like with inspiration of the Beatles, the Smiths, but yeah. And then I got into film, and then it went a bit to the back. So actually, I'm like getting back to the songwriting part again. So I don't really, I feel like I know the sound in my head, but it's really difficult to put like, it will sound like this. But my goal is to be able to make like an EP or an album that sounds like what I want to make. But it's still a journey ahead. Yeah.
And what about the performance where you're collaborating with other artists? What the collaborative projects that you have?
But playing
nowadays?
live, or
Yes, playing
so I
live.
play with Thomas Azier, who will play some gigs this year.
Nice.
Really looking forward to it. And that's also a really great example of like these two worlds coming together. For example, when I play live with him, I also use this keyboard, but then I played him this favorite sound of mine, and then he was like, oh, that's a good sound. We'll tweak it a little bit for this song. And then it's really funny because I also use it in my scores. So yeah, that's also ahead. And it's becoming like one thing, playing live and film scoring. Yeah.
And also in this process of playing with other person, you are also collaborating with other creative.
Yes.
So, but this time you are collaborating in the same field, music. So, is this more complicated than a director, for example?
You mean with Thomas or
with Thomas, for example?
No, because we speak the same language. So yeah, you can go far more in depth about sound. So that's actually really nice. So yeah.
And what are you planning with him?
Yeah, we will. I hope. Yeah, it's his album, of course, but there will be a new album, and yeah, I don't know what I can say about it.
Fair enough. We know about the business.
Yeah,
Sometimes needs to be secret.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Creating this music for your performance is a little bit different from film, let's say, because in my opinion, I can be totally wrong, it seems more free.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And does it give you like spice in a different way, or does one helps the other carry on, or they are connected?
Yeah, actually, you're totally right. It's more free, but that also makes it so personal, because when you're working for a film or for a director, you can always say, no, this is just what the director wanted. That's why it sounds like this. But to be honest, now when I'm like talking to you about this EP or album, and I'm thinking, oh, what is my sound? What's me? It's also a bit scary, because you put yourself out there. So it's something I need a little push to do it, because it's also safe to work with directors all the time.
About film genres, is there any film genre that you would love to explore that you never ever had a chance to do it before?
I think this is something for everybody. Everybody will say, oh, I would like to do a horror movie one time. I would like to do it, but on the other hand, I'm also like, when I'm watching a horror movie, I'm always like scared and at the back. But it would be really fun to be able to, because that's such a genre thing. But actually, I'm really happy with the kind of movies where people ask me for. Like, I do a lot of coming of age stuff, and I get a lot of freedom to put the warm sounds in there and make intimate score, like not like big stuff, but like intimate. Yeah, I really like that, the things I can do. But yeah.
Now it's the most difficult question of the interview,
Uh-oh.
but also the last one. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years. Oh, shit. Where do I see myself? That's such a difficult question.
I know, that's why I warned you before.
It's
like I give you the disclaimer. Yeah.
I hope that I've made this album I was talking about. Maybe I've made 3 albums, I hope. But I'm also working together with directors that I have a really good click with, and we do some feature films together where there's a lot of like space to explore and create. Yeah, I think that's my dream. I don't have at this moment a really big dream to go to LA or something. I think the European films are really interesting and fit me, and I just hope to meet a lot of lovely, interesting people and share our creativity. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for the interview. It was lovely to meet you and to share a bit of your studio. And we cannot wait to hear your EP.
Yeah, no, I have to. Thank you for fitting in the tiny space.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, there's more to watch.